Hello and welcome to the King's Forum podcast show. I have a very special guest here with me, Aliyah.
Hi, thank you for having me, Mike.
You're welcome, Aliyah. We're going to talk about body confidence and kind of how your journey and how you got to this point in your life. And you're smiling about it, so that's good. You're confident about it. And so we're going to go deep, guys. So just be prepared.
I need to prepare as well. That's why I'm smiling. I think it's a nervous smile.
Do you want to introduce yourself? Say a little bit about your background and stuff.
Yeah, sure. So my name is Aliyah, or I go by Aliyah Art because I'm an artist, but I try and cross it over in all kind of forms. So as well as with body positivity. So like to me, the human body is an art form because doing life drawing actually helped me to understand and love my body more.
All
And
right.
then yeah, that's kind of where it sparked from. And I like to do art, of course. I love drawing people. I love drawing characters of nature. And I also live stream my art, but I also live stream video games because I love video games. So I'm always doing something. So
Oh,
yeah, if you want to check it out, come over. Yeah,
yeah. You're a busy woman, which is good. That's
I
what
like
we
to be
want.
busy. Yeah.
So, so when did you start to realize that your body was not seen as beautiful?
Very from a very young age when boys would call me ugly.
Oh,
I know kids are like really mean,
yeah.
but I grew up in that time in like the beginning of the noughties where like you had magazines to kind of look and see models. We didn't know that they were photoshopped at the time, so they were all very skinny, very like defined figures, very small, everything perfect, as in what that's what they would call it, the perfect figure, being tall, very slim, size zero. And I was just not developing that way. I was at like teenage years are the most awkward time of your life. And then yeah, to be called like, oh, you're not even good looking, you're ugly, or like the guy who you like doesn't like you, you're just like, yeah, okay, I get it. I'm not the desirable kind of body type. Yeah. And
Yeah.
I can't change that either. So yeah.
How are you feeling from seeing these magazines and knowing that you weren't the same and kind of the reaction you were getting from guys and at school and the people you're attracted to? How did that make you feel?
Yeah, of course, it makes you feel very inferior, very sad, insecure. I didn't even realize how much of an impact it was having on me because there was other girls I hung out with who felt similar ways about it. So I had a group of friends to kind of talk about it with, which was good. But also sometimes those group of friends would turn on you because when they suddenly lost weight or when they suddenly became like the it girl, because they
Mm,
weren't they weren't skinny, but they were at least like white or had straight hair and looked the part. And I didn't. They would turn on you as well. So it was just very like girls can be pretty bitchy as well as like the guys can be quite mean. So it was tough. It was just yeah, not friendly. Really, like no one was understanding, and I didn't understand myself. I'm trying to understand myself, and yeah, just kind of learned
uh,
to get over it though. I just learned to accept it and laugh it off, really.
So it really affected your self-esteem and your confidence.
Yeah, yeah, it did badly.
Did you see yourself as unattractive though? I know you was comparing to what you saw in the magazines, but how did you feel about yourself?
Yeah, I felt unattractive
Yeah.
for a very long time to the point I probably still even right now don't even see myself as like attractive, whatever you call attractive. But that's just yeah, damage. Like yeah, it's just the damage from what people say. When someone says something to you enough, you kind of start believing it. You're like, yeah, I'm not pretty. I get it. I know I'm ugly, and then I joke about it, and then yeah, it's just not. It's not good to do. What's the word? Depressed. Yeah, I don't know. It's not good to put yourself down. So I've started to actually bring myself up by saying things and looking at myself in the room like, yo, girl, you look good. Like you actually are amazing. You're beautiful. You're this. And it was so foreign to like look in the mirror and tell myself these things. But I
Mm.
was like, I am these things though. Like I have done nothing wrong. I'm not an evil person. I haven't gotten surgery to look the way I look. I need to understand how to bring the best out myself. And that's what I started to do. And I brought more confidence. Yeah.
How did that low self-esteem affect your relationships?
Ooh. That's a deep
You don't have to go into
question.
too much detail.
It low self-esteem does obviously affect like romantic relationships. I have friends who are understanding and loving towards me, and like that's totally like that helps as well, because as well as like learning to love yourself, sometimes you have down days and you need friends to kind of like, you know what, prop you up again, like, yeah, you're fine, but you can't lean on those people always as like as a form of support, because
Yeah.
you need to be your own support. And like as RuPaul famously said, like if you can't love yourself, how you gonna love somebody else? So it all starts from you. And when I realized, like even just first watching Drag Race and hearing RuPaul say that, I was like, wow, mind blown. And I was like, look at what these guys are doing. They look amazing. They're just being their best selves, and they feel like this is the way they need to be, and
Yeah.
kind of passes on. Like even though I'm not a transsexual, I'm not transvestite, but they are so awesome at being who they are, and I want to learn to be
Mhm.
myself more. And it kind of started, yeah, I started my journey on self-love and being myself and expressing that. And that to me is artistic, because yeah, it is, yeah, definitely artistic.
So talk to me. When did this journey begin? This confidence, this self-love.
I don't know. In all honesty, I think it might have been from like, I hate to say it, but it was probably maybe social media that introduced it, because it started becoming a trend.
Yeah, that's right.
And but I didn't really understand like at first what it meant, if that makes sense. It's
Yeah.
because it's so foreign. It's like love yourself. What? What does that mean? I of course I love myself, but then you really delve deeper into it. And then I had like conversation with friends, or even made new friends through this kind of like community. And yeah, and then they just started asking you like challenging questions about like the way you treat someone else. If would you kick them if they were down? And
Mm.
then it's like, why do you kick yourself when you're down then? And then I couldn't answer the question. And I was just like, okay, I have very self-destructive behavior. Then I went to therapy, and then I started to kind of read poetry. Like my mom introduces me to poetry all the time. She loves poetry. So I read quotes from Rumi and all these amazing people from centuries ago. And I was like, self-love has always been a thing. It's never just been a trend. And I need to embody and practice that. Yeah.
So
I
this,
would say maybe in my late 20s it started. Sorry to
no, it's fine.
talk over you. Yeah.
So this new gain confidence, how has this impacted your life?
Wow. A lot. Definitely a lot, just because it's changed my perspective on life, even the way I do my art and the way I present myself, of course, because of the way I'm starting to actually think about myself. It's starting to become true, and building myself up. So even like I do meditation, I know I feel calmer and better about myself. So that kind of vibration is out there when I go meet people and
Mm.
do things. Like sometimes I just learn to not do things like without care. I don't
Yeah.
want to care what other people think, and it feels good. That's the only reason I should do something, just because it feels good to me. That's it. Obviously not something bad like killing people and all these horrible things, like no, not that. Like good things like dancing when people said I couldn't dance, or even just my hairstyle, because lots of people didn't know how to even do my hair. So the first
Mhm.
step of me loving myself was actually learning how to do my own curly hair. Yeah. And I went out there to like search and explore that. And it's nice. It's like discovering parts of yourself you never knew, but no one else knows these things either, because it's so conventional to have not straight hair or like no curves in your body kind of thing. And then yeah, things have changed now. It's quite trendy to have a curvy body. So like girls who are plus size or curvier, they are getting more recognition, which is awesome. And also on the other side of the spectrum, women are getting surgery because it's become a trend, and it's also quite worrying because it's not a good
Yeah.
example to younger women. I could go on all day, as you can see, about this.
So you're saying it's more you started to really have self-acceptance, really accept yourself for who you are and what you are, and that's when you started you know, being happier within yourself, and you noticed a change in your life.
That's exactly, like, one of my friends, actually, she's a poet herself, and she asked me on like Instagram yesterday, how do you overcome body dysmorphia?
Mm,
And I was just like, oh, like I didn't even know what that word was until like maybe last year. But I just realized that's what I've had my entire life. And she's on the other side. She's quite small, skinny, but she hates it. And
mm,
she looks at me and she wishes she could be like as big as I am, like walk in a room and have so much presence and all this. And I was like, well, it took so much work. Like you literally have to kind of, yeah, there's power in self-acceptance of your body. Like this is it. And like this is the journey in life I'm going to be using this vessel to go along, like you have to accept and love the body you're in, because like other than it just looking like the way it looks, because you can exercise and eat well if you
yeah,
choose to as well. That's how you kind of look after yourself, but your body is pumping blood around your body, like it's breathing for you, like all these simple things we take for granted, like it's doing the job for you. You can walk, you can like you can do all these amazing things that we take for granted, and learning to love that body through this like this experience of life. And then yeah, there's just lots of power once you start to kind of challenge that body dysmorphia by loving yourself, and that's as simple as that, because it
definitely,
will go away. Yeah.
definitely. I'm with you. Any advice for any young girls struggling with body confidence?
Oh well, to like to all the young girls, I'm actually, the reason I do what I do is because I always go by that mantra. I want to be the person I wish I had when I was younger, because there was no
Mm,
one around like me. I am here. So if you like need advice, like I'm going to try and push out as more content about this, but also just yeah, acceptance in your body and loving yourself. Like we have social media, and there's actually such a wide spectrum of women that you can actually see, other than the perfect shape, to the point fashion labels are having to follow along with social media, because we are seeing so many different points of view, where girls are curvy, girls who have bigger bums, girls who have bigger breasts, girls who have none of those, who are just like what they call mid-size now. Like it's so great because we are all different shapes and sizes, and that's what makes you beautiful. If you looked like everyone else, you'd be so boring. And this is me coming from an artist like point of view. Like when you live draw the same like body. So I don't know if you know what life drawing is, but life drawing is where you actually draw a naked human, basically. But I never learned how to draw the best I could until I could draw a human body. And it's so boring when you draw the same mundane shape. I want to draw curves. I want to draw wrinkles. I want to see the way the
mm,
skin hangs on top of the body. Like I want to see, of course, muscles. I want to see the definition of how the human body can change. And it's so beautiful. So yeah, you are beautiful because you're different. If you look the same, you'd be boring.
it's true. We're all unique, and your superpower is you being you.
I like that. Yeah, your superpower is you being you. Like you be the youiest you can be. Yeah.
Definitely. Aliyah, thank you very much. And any social media platforms you're on that you want to shout out?
Of course. Oh, thank you so much. So I'm Aliyah Art or Aliyah Artist on most of the social medias. So Aliyah Art on YouTube, Instagram, I'm quite active on there too. I also stream on Twitch. So if you want to see some art or just some video games and me just, I don't know, I try to keep it mellow and don't actually rage. So if you want to have some good vibes, come through. Yeah.
Cool. Thank you very much, Aliyah. Much appreciated.
You're so welcome, Mike. Thank you for having me.
Anytime. All right. Bye.